What's up, guys? Testing out and reviewing the Klein stubby ratcheting screwdriver and nut driver. So I got out of box last night, and initial impressions, it's pretty solid. Klein makes a good quality tool. That's what they're known for. They're a little more expensive, but for a general whole, you get what you pay for. So initial impressions are good. Quality looks good. So now we're going to testing it and seeing how that all works. So we'll start with the screwdriver, and I'll touch on how it feels since it's smaller, how easy it is to use and control and really torque down. So we'll get into that here. Alright, so starting with just a normal Phillips head screwdriver. This is a smaller size here, so let's see how that works. Working pretty good so far. Yeah, just screwing away. This is, I believe, a 1/4 size bolt here, if that makes any difference. Once we get tight here, we'll really see how good it is. Right now I'm just going kind of easy. Okay, so that's the ratcheting mechanism. It's pretty smooth. Sounds like it's got a good bit of gears in there. Fair amount of grip, and this is a small size on what should probably be the largest size on here. So I'll try that out real quick. And the grip, one thing about me, guys, is I have sweaty hands. So the grip is probably going to be better for a lot of you than most. Well, mostly for me. But pretty good grip. Of course, it is small in that big hand, so kind of weird, but in a pinch you'll get a job done, because you're only going to use this really when you're in a tight spot and this is all you have. But even so, you can really bear down on that, so that is solid. Look how much that got into there, so that's good right there. Good job on the Phillips. Now we'll try to back it out with the larger of the two flatheads, which is kind of weird because you think with the large Phillips they have the large flathead, but no, it's actually the opposite. Alright, so now we'll go in reverse and test that out. Alrighty. Good reverse gear. Only has one reverse gear, unfortunately, but backed that out really easily. This isn't even really big enough flathead for this, but it worked really well. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Now, Phillips and flathead work. Now we'll go into the nut drivers. Now, I couldn't find one small enough for the smallest one, but I did find ones that will work for the other two sizes, which really it's just looking at the theory of it, and really one little size doesn't make that much of a difference, so it'll test the same. Alright, so we'll test out a small one first here. It's really good. It's kind of a deep well, so that helps you out a lot. Alright. Yeah, that works really well. Good control. Good action. end here. Oh yeah, look how much it bit into that. That's really good, man. Alright, that worked out really well. Now let's try out how reverse goes with this. Come on. A little tougher with this. There we go. Yeah, so it ate that up really easily. Alright, now, last but certainly not least, we'll test out the biggest nut driver on here and see how that goes. Put in drive. Oh. A little less control, being shorter and not terribly deep, but yeah, pretty good control nonetheless. After looking down in here, I actually see a smaller nut driver in here, so that's pretty cool. That's a good hidden feature in here. So keep an eye out for that when you get it. And of course, it's hollow in there, so you can put quite a bit of your bolt in here and run down even more. So that's a good idea. Good use of space from Klein. Alright, so it put that in there really easily. Look at that. It's hanging freely. Alright. So now let's put it in reverse. Didn't put the nut on there, but all the same, should work pretty good. Let's see. Alright. I'm really impressed. That's a good little nut driver. Definitely doing a pinch and for tight spots. Alright, so a little sneak peek here. I made a couple tools that'll be in a future video. And one thing about them is, as soon as you make tools and stuff like that, you get ideas about how to improve them, usually when you're in the middle of making them. So big tool manufacturers should definitely have that mindset, and really it's kind of weird that they don't. Whereas like many other companies such as car manufacturers, clothing manufacturers, and lots of other gadget manufacturers constantly come up with improvements. But a big hit on most tool manufacturers is that they don't really market that well. They don't market tool improvements that well. They just kind of make it and leave it. And they might change one thing like every decade, every 5 years, and even then you don't really hear about it. So with Klein and this one, I would suggest that they put like a kind of a star bit in here where it has like all those little points where it can accept all sorts of different heads and all that in there. That's what I'd suggest. I would suggest that for sure. And really, besides that, I can't think of anything else. The ratcheting mechanism is good. The quality, I'm sure, is good. It being Klein, of course, that will be something that you can really only test after years of hard use and stuff like that, the elements. So that's all I suggest there. And the ease of maintenance. I'm a guy who likes to keep his tools clean all the time, and I'm probably way more obsessive about that than I need to be, but the point still stands. How easy is it to maintain and clean? So let's just say, you clean like I do with the wire brush and WD-40 and sanitize the handles. I'm not sure about how to take it apart really and get to a ratcheting mechanism, so that'd probably be a little bit trickier, but I'd say the oil would seep in there and keep it clean. It's looks like a tight seal. These bits and this cylinder here are of course pretty easy to clean. So I'd say the ease of maintenance is pretty good. I'd say you get a lot of life out of this. See you next time, guys.